Today's video is sponsored by JP Fans.
First of all, don't comment on the bang, okay? This was a very impulsive decision and I regret it like every 10 seconds. But also, do y'all like my sweatshirt? I got it for Valentine's Day. It's Manny. If y'all don't know, that's my dog. Hi, my name is Keldawat. And do you like trinkets? Do you like tchotchkes? Do you like tiny little knickknacks that you waste your money on that you probably don't need? Little keychains, little plushies, whatever it may be, what your heart desires. Do you like those? Me too. Do you want to see mine? Hey, how you doing? Welcome back to a series I like to call My 2000s Time Capsule, where I go over pieces of media and things that I grew up with that have been lost due to time, and I kind of just want to have a little bit of a reflective talk about it. But today's video isn't going to focus specifically on one piece of media that I grew up with. It's going to actually include a culmination of things that I either grew up with or kind of induce a feeling of nostalgia for me. So while some of this stuff may have been released like in recent years and whatnot else, I will attribute it to things that I feel like kind of represent me and how I grew up, and just like it just sparks that childhood joy. So I thought it would be nice to kind of share a little bit about my trinket collection, because trinkets, I feel like now more than ever, are like super duper popular and whatnot else, and people are acting like trinkets are like, I understand the point of view that like trinkets have been like commodified a little bit, like trinkets are something that is supposed to be like collected over time, which I completely agree. I think a lot of people are like buying a lot more than they actually need and whatnot else, overconsumption, yada yada yada. But I also feel like we've kind of lost the art of like what trinkets were originally supposed to be, which is something that you originally buy and you keep for a long time and has some type of sentimental value to it. So I just want to have a little bit of a chat about some of the trinkets that I've collected over time and that I love and mean a lot to me, because I feel like the point of a trinket isn't always just like how old it is, or like how much you've taken care of it or whatever. Sometimes it's just supposed to invoke like a feeling of happiness, it makes you feel something, or it's just cute. Like, I don't think you have to have some type of deep meaning of like why you always like get a trinket and whatnot else. I feel like a lot of people try to have like a trinket Olympics and be the trinket police and be like, oh, you bought that calico critter keychain from urban outfitters or whatever.
And one last thing, there is and will always be a difference between a trinket and junk. And 85% of what you bitches are buying on here, junk. You're not a trinket bitch. You're not a trinket girl. You're buying literal junk. Not even 3 scrolls ago, somebody on here said that they were going to trinket hunt at Urban Outfitters. And as a self-proclaimed tchotchke collector, you bitches don't fucking get it, and that's fine. Stay in your own fucking lane and worry about your sheen of a fucking trinket that you keep collecting at the goddamn store, bitch.
It's serious, but is it that serious that we need to like police people? No, just have a little bit of self-awareness, like have something, so it's not like a useless purchase to you. But I think it would be nice to kind of go over some of the ones that I have. And if you enjoy this video, please let me know about any trinkets that you have that might be similar to mine, or, just anything. I've consolidated my trinket collection to the things that I just have out in the open. I do have a lot more keychains and knickknacks and whatnot else, but I do not feel like going under places to go find them. So I just consolidated to the ones that I have, again, like meaning to me and stuff like that, or I just like, and it consists of keychains, because I don't know why everybody's acting like bag charms and whatnot else, like these keychain rings and things you attach to your bag are like completely new. Babe, keychains have existed for years. Like, what are you talking about? Like decades even, who knows? But I've always been a keychain collector. I love keychains. It's just always been my thing as a kid. So it consists of keychains, some like little small like electronics. I know some people don't believe that to be trinkets, but I do, so I'm gonna put it in here. You want different trinkets, make your own video. With that being said, let's get started. So the first thing that came to mind to talk about is my Tamagotchi collection. I have 4 of them. I'm aware that there's 3 in my hand. I have one that's in box that I don't know if I actually want to unbox, but that's okay. We can deal with these three. So Tamagotchis are basically like this little handheld device thing, and it's a virtual pet simulator basically, and they were like really popular in the 90s, and I remember like in the early 2000s they were coming out with like different renditions and everything, and I wanted one so bad. Like I remember the commercials like it was yesterday, specifically for like the Tamagotchi, I believe it was like on, or not Tamagotchi on, Tamagotchi online, something, but the commercial would go like Tamagotchi Famalachi.
For the first time ever, you can raise your own Tama family.
I'll see if I can put it in here, but like I loved it so much, and I'll see if I can put a picture of like what it looked like, but I wanted that so bad. And my mom, I would like ask her, and I was like, Mom, can I get a Tamagotchi? And she was like, no. And I was spending like, I think it was like, if it was, I think it was $20 at the time, and like LCD, like just like these little LCD devices like were like super popular. I mean, there was like Pixel Chick back in the day. I had like a knockoff like knockoff Tamagotchi. They're just spin-offs, or like just, you know, everybody was into the virtual pet scene. So LCD toys were like super popular. So I had like a Littlest Pet Shop one that I loved so much. It was a pen that my friend gave me for my birthday. I loved it, and I played it all the time. Did I do everything right with that pet? Probably not. But I think I liked I wanted Tamagotchi, and I liked Tamagotchi because like it actually simulates like if you don't take care of that pet, it dies, bro. Like I feel like, I don't know, I feel like that's an experience you need to have. It teaches you a little bit of responsibility. I mean, just pet simulators just in general, like Nintendogs and like again Tamagotchi were just super fun, and I loved them a lot. But I never got one as a kid, and even though I begged my mom. And later in my adulthood, it was Christmas Day, and I remember like telling my dad prior to that, oh, like wouldn't it be cool, like they have like this new Tamagotchi that's coming out and stuff like that. I remember I wanted one, and tell me why he got me one. So I believe this is the Tamagotchi on, which I mistakenly called the other Tamagotchi earlier, but it is on. I did power it up again. My Tamagotchi's dead. Don't judge me. I'm still on my run to get a Memechi. I loved it. Like when my dad first got it for me, I was playing it like, I feel like I played it for like 2 weeks straight. Like it was just so fun, and I never realized how like intense it is. Like obviously because I never had one, but I never realized how like intense it is like taking care of it, because it wakes up like in the middle of the night, like, and I feel like I just learned the trick of like setting the clock back for like when I'm asleep or when I'm doing something, so I don't have to take care of it. I feel like I don't know why I feel like that's such like a loophole or a cheat code, but I'm sure other people do it. But like I loved it so much. Like it's just, it meant a lot to me, because again, my mom wasn't getting me that joint when I was a kid, so for my dad to get me it even when I'm like an adult and still recognize that I like, obviously I like these things and everything like that, it made my heart really warm. Now I believe that I wanted to get a second one, like the purple. I believe there's like different colored ones. Like this is like the fairy one specifically. I believe there's like a magic one. Like I think there's like all kinds of different ones and like designs for the Tamagotchi on, but I believe the resale market for it is insane right now. This was like, I think when I was gifted it was like around like 50-60 bucks, and now people are selling it for like 400. So it's insane, it's crazy. Hope this joint don't die at any point in time. But after getting this Tamagotchi, I got like a whole bunch of other ones. Like I've got these mini ones. Do I want to get on a run and like try to do these? Yes, because these are like they're tinier than the originals, but like they're still, you know, I want to get like an OG one. That would be pretty cool, you know. But so far I've just like been gifted like these little mini ones and everything like that. This one's Nezuko from Demon Slayer, and this one is a Hello Kitty one. And I think the one that I have in box I got from like, hold on real quick, I can probably show y'all. Ooh, now my game's getting knocked down. This, so I got this from Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and it's got this Tamagotchi in here. This is like a regular size one. I believe like when you would get like the OGs, this is exactly the size it would be. I just don't want to unbox it because the packaging is so cute. I'm stupid. I'm a sucker for packaging, but those are my Tamagotchis. Second thing I want to show in my Trinket collection, she doesn't work anymore, but it is this iDog. I found this had to have been like last year, sometime last year. I was just scrummaging around. Okay, I was looking for stuff, and I ran into my iDog. I had this when I was, oh my gosh, it was like, I don't remember if I was in like kindergarten. This was like 2007, so like, I don't remember if I was in kindergarten or what, but I was definitely in elementary school. But I remember when I saw the commercial for these things, I was obsessed. So basically, an iDog it's just like it's like a speaker. It's a cute little dog robot speaker thing, right? When I said I wanted like artificial intelligence or robots, this is what I meant. I just wanted this. This is fine. But like, it's basically a speaker, and you would plug your iPod or whatever like device you had that plays music into it, and it could play through this little speaker. And she used to have a tail. She doesn't have a tail anymore, but like, I remember I was begging my parents Christmas Day for this joint, and I got her. So she's super cute, and basically I'll put some pictures up, and I don't know if she works anymore. I'm pretty sure her batteries are corroded and she's been lost through the time, and she most likely won't work. She's a little yellow too. She's completely white when you get her when she was brand new and stuff like that. You get her brand new. She was completely white, but now she's yellowed out. She's an old little girl. But basically, it would like light up, and like the dog would move to like the sound of the music and everything. It was so freaking cool. Like, and even the arms would like move and all that. Oh my gosh, I loved it so much. But unfortunately, I feel like it was one of those toys that unfortunately kids were like obsessed with one Christmas, and then just never picked up again. Like, I don't remember using it outside of Christmas Day, unfortunately, and I regret it. Maybe a few days later, I don't remember, but like, I regret it to this day. She's adorable. I love my iDog. I would like to get a working one. That would be really cool, but I believe they're like 70 something bucks now and whatnot else. I don't think that's terrible for, I guess, like a vintage. I hate calling that vintage. I hate that. A vintage toy or something that's like not in production anymore or whatever. But I don't know. You know how I am with reselling. I don't like it. So I feel like I'm fine with just having my original iDog, and even though she don't work anymore, I still obviously have the memories attached to her, and she would like light up right here, and it was just so cute. I believe they had like iDogs, they had iCats at one point, like, and I believe there was even like a Burger King toy promotion at one point too when these came out. So I just thought it would be fun to show. For now, this is just my little trinket, and just, again, blast from the past for me. The next thing I'm going to show is recent, and I waited a little bit from like when it originally got released because I didn't want to buy it from Target. I just wanted to go on the original website of Bratz. So it is the Bratsies. I love them. I like the designs. I would kill to get, what is their freaking Phoebe and Roxy. As you know, I love Phoebe and Roxy, okay? I wanted to, those secrets, I want them so bad. But this is a Bratzy. It's basically supposed to be a play on like a little Labubu. I think somebody, I believe it was somebody who made a custom Labubu Bratz thing. I think they got their idea taken from Bratz. I didn't appreciate that, but maybe they like it. I don't know. I wasn't with that, but I really like this. Bratz is one of those, oh my goodness, doll line, amazing, from early 2000s. Mwah. Body tea, coochie good. Mwah. Like, I love Bratz so much. Like, I grew up on Bratz. I had the dolls. I watched the movies, all that. Even though I prefer the 2D movies, I didn't get into the 3D movies because I thought it looked ugly. But looking back, they're kind of iconic. I just hated that 3D style. I really did. I hate when they transitioned to 3D. I wanted 2D Bratz all the time. I used to play the games online. Like, it was amazing. And I've said this before when doing my room tour, but I have like an affinity for Yasmin. It's just kind of like what I grew up having. I had most of my Bratz be Yasmin. Basically, my dad got me a lot of Yasmin dolls growing up because he said that, oh, she reminds me of you. So I didn't really understand why until I looked into her personality, and she's pretty shy. So she is pretty princess, and she's in a little frog suit, and she has a crown and her little bottle. All the Bratzies comes with one. I love it so much. I have Jade, and I'm looking to get Bunny Boo next. Unfortunately, I don't want Chloe in this collection. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't really want her, but I want those two secret ones. Those look cute. I saw the Valentine's Day releases. Not too keen on them. I feel like the only one I would want is another recoloring of Yasmin, but even then I'm fine with the one I have. So I just thought it would be cool to show. And again, related to Bratz, something I grew up with, has a lot of sentimental value to me. So yeah. Next thing that I want to show, which I think is really cool, and I'm so happy and so lucky that I got it on the first freaking try. But I went to a convention last year, a gaming convention, and it was super fun. And they had like these little gacha machines, and they had like retro game keychains. I'll see if I can like put a picture up of what the gacha was, but it was, I loved it so much. And I wanted the specific keychain for Mappy because I grew up playing Mappy. I love that game so much. I will never forget when my cousins came over with like this, just like, you know, like those all-in-one gaming system kind of things. Like it's like a little joystick kind of thing, and it has a bunch of retro games on there. I would play that with my cousins all the time, and there was this specific game called Mappy that I absolutely enjoyed. Like the music is just like my favorite. Like I just love the game so much. So basically it's like this mouse who is in an art museum, and then there's these cats that are stealing from this art museum, and he has to basically take all of these paintings. You have to collect as many paintings as you can before obviously these cats get you. So I think it is super duper cool. Again, love the music. Like it's just so nostalgic to me, and I love it so much. Like I'm afraid to hang it on anything just because like I don't want to lose it. But Nappy is like one of my favorite things. One little funny Easter egg that I like is in the game Go Vacation, one of my favorite games of all time. There is like, if you go into the beach resort, you can sometimes hear the Mappy theme playing, but it's kind of like, you know, a vacation theme kind of Mappy, which I love, and I can play for you guys. I love it so much, but it's made by Namco, so same game, so it was only destined for that game to be in there. So again, think it's super cool, love the pixel, and I love that it has the little art. So yeah. Thing I want to show are my Animal Crossing keychains. One of them I got from an artist alley. I like Tangy. I have such an affinity for the cat villagers, but like I feel like I like a villager in all of the species. Like there's at least one that I find cute or I like enjoy talking to. So Tangy is definitely one of them, and she's holding an orange juice, and I got it from the artist alley, and she's just super cute, and she's glittery too. Like her a lot. Again, super scared to hang any of these because I don't want to lose them. And then I also have Anka, and I love Anka because when I played City Folk, I loved her room, and I loved her vibe, and I loved that she's a diva, she's a queen, like, and obviously she's snooty and she's rude, but like I love Anka so much. Love Anka. I would love to do honestly like an eat a bag of her, but I don't think she has like enough merch that's not, you know, like I was so lucky to find this one, but I love it so much. She's super cute. I believe that there's this one artist who makes like little Animal Crossing bags, and she made an Anka one, and I didn't get it, and I don't know if she had it on her website for sale or it was just a giveaway, but all to say, love Anka. And then there's this last keychain that I have that is Apollo, and as you know, when the New Horizons boom hit and everything like that, everybody was taking those little NFC, like, remember like the amiibo cards, like the things that you don't really use too much or like don't have any usage outside of that game. I would like open packs of them like all the time, but eventually people started scalping them and everything. And I wanted Apollo so bad when New Horizons came out, and I was so scared that I wasn't going to be able to get him because he was in my campsite and my whole town was full at the time. So I was having a panic attack. So in that panic attack in 2020, I decided I was going to drop maybe like $20 and get this little NFC keychain of Apollo that should still work. I'm not sure if it does, but I remember getting this one just because I was like, if I can't get Apollo, I'm gonna get Apollo in every life now. So love it so much. Super cute keychain. This trinket, I believe you had to be there. This is extremely niche unless you are from Korea and you grew up with this character. So she is from, actually, I will link a video below explaining the history of Avata Star Sue. She's like, how I know her is I used to play a lot of Flash games as a kid on the computer, like stay up, just play them Jones. Like it was just super fun. So like I play like the little, like, you know, like the kissing ones and like dress up ones. Like not the crazy like Elsa Gate ones, like no, but like they were just like so unique and all really fun. Like I loved those games so much. And among those games was these games called Avatastar Sue games, or just Sue games. And it was made by the company iBravo, which I believe is actually like a confectionery company in Korea. There is a video that I'm going to link below that explains like the whole history of this, because it's super like, unless you grew up around the time where like Flash games were like super popular, you're not gonna know who she is. Or again, unless you're in Korea. So I absolutely loved her game specifically, and I feel like she inspired my fashion, and I just loved it so much. Like she's basically like this little kid who's like able to like, she's an elementary schooler who's able to like transform into like a grown woman, which is like, that's kind of weird, but like again, the fashion, everything, I loved it. I really enjoyed it. So this is like a little pocket mirror. This is like one of the only pieces of like, this is the only thing that I would own to like actually like indicate that I like liked the series and everything like that, from this company called B Lab skincare company. I remember growing up and there was just like such limited like ways to like learn more about it, because again, Korean, I'm in USA, different properties, not very many people knew it, and I wanted to know so much more about it, so I used to research it like all the time and things like that. Like it was just super cool, and I loved her style. And I think my favorite of those games was like doing like her hair and stuff like that. Like I think there was a version where you do her hair and then I believe like her boyfriend's hair or something, and I thought it was super cool. Again, the fashion is just like so, I love it so much, and I feel like it like really resonates with me and is the reason I dress the way I do and carry myself the way I do. Like I just love it. She's the reason I want to be a magical girl. So love it a lot. And there's like a whole bunch of merch that is again overseas and I can't get to because tariffs and shipping and a bunch of other stuff. So it's very, very rare when I do get an opportunity to like just get it off a website and not have to go through like a proxy server and whatnot. I was like, it's a very rare opportunity. So one of the ways I was able to get this was again getting like this little skincare line, and they included this as like a little bit of a freebie since they collabed with her. And then also they did like a birthday celebration. Unfortunately, all the merch got sold out around then. I was so upset when I found it out because it was like in July and I definitely could have gotten some of this stuff. So I was very disappointed when they celebrated her birthday and all the merch was sold out. And they had a pop-up event in Korea. I was like, ugh! Oh my gosh, like I was so mad. So one of the only ways again I got stickers with this too, which is like pretty cool, and I got like another little keychain that has her on it, not a pocket mirror but just regular keychain. And then recently I was able to get my hands on like one of these dress up doll games that she had, and they actually had like a merch line for it, so I was able to get my hands on one of the dolls, and I'm so excited for it to come in. I might have to do a whole video on it and we can play some of those games for my 2000s Time Capsule series, so just let me know if you want that. But again, super niche, loved it, inspired so much.
Commercial break.
Have you ever searched for merch from Japan online, found a website only to realize that it only ships to Japan or neighboring places? How about when you look on eBay for Japan exclusive merch only to realize that it's been marked up by resellers? Fear not, my friends, it's not over for you, because today's sponsor, JP Fans, is here to help. JP Fans is a shopping proxy service that allows you to buy merchandise directly from popular websites with domains hosted in Japan, such as Mercari, Amazon, Surugaya, and much more. It operates similarly to sites like Buy and Zen Market that are dedicated to bringing affordable, high-quality Japanese products such as manga, anime figures, merchandise, and different goods directly to global customers. Since we talk a lot about cute things on this channel, more specifically Sanrio, JP Fans reached out to me to share a little bit about my experience navigating their website as well as record my ordering process. Now bear in mind, okay, this is an advertisement. I am legally required to do this and say that I'm getting paid to do this, okay? But I just want to add my personal 2 cents in. I, on this channel, personally only want to promote things that I would be interested in and would actually use on a daily basis or in my regular everyday life, okay? And as somebody who frequents Japan Mercari a lot and winces at the fact that I can't get most things, I'm not gonna lie to you, having a proxy service like this makes it a lot easier for the ordering process. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I know what I'm getting, when I'm getting it, and I know what condition it's in, which is also really important. Think of them as the liaison between you and Japanese retailers. When doing my digging and exploration of the website, one of the things that actually made me the most excited to use it in the first place is the fact that I get to find Japanese exclusive merch that is pretty hard to come by. JP Fans was nice enough to give me a spend it and let me try out their service, so let me show you a little bit of what I got and the actual website itself. Alright you guys, I am currently on the JP Fans website. All I did to navigate here was I typed into my search bar on my browser, jpfans.com, and it takes you to this exact website. We are currently on the homepage. You're going to see two things up at the top here. One, you're going to see a search bar, which is where you're actually going to type in either a name of a product that you're searching for, or you are going to type in some type of URL if you already have one for a product that you're interested in on JP Fans. Beside it, you're going to see a tab that gives you a bunch of options for storefronts that you can visit. One of them, like I mentioned before, is Mercari. There's J-Direct Items Shopping, J-Direct Items Flea Market, J-Direct Items Auction, which is a coming soon feature. There is Amazon, Mini, and Surugaya. At the bottom, there's a quick navigation bar. Its set default is always going to be at home, but listed beside the home tab, there's going to be the storefronts that are listed up top here on the search bar. So right now we are currently on home. I'm going to switch over to Mercari, and this gives you the actual storefront, but with categories. So if you're looking for a specific item, such as tops, pants, and baby items, or let's say games and toys, you're going to be able to find those specific categories here. On the homepage, you're going to see a couple of different things. This is just an advertisement, but if you scroll down, you're going to see an estimation calculator. So if you are concerned about how much your item might weigh in order to get it shipped, you're able to calculate it here. There's also a tutorial on how to buy off the website, as well as more discounts. And if you scroll down, here's the actual JP Fans shipping process. There's a couple different more categories, but specific, such as TCG, K-pop and J-pop, J-fashion, outdoor beauty. So you can see they have a couple of different categories, possibly anything that anybody could want. So audiovisual books, collectibles. All right, come on, figures, cosplay. And then they have a couple of different cute IPs. As I mentioned before, they had reached out to me specifically to get a couple of Sanrio items because they know that we talk about it on this channel a lot. So they got Sanrio, Rilakkuma, Disney, Slovenian families, and then they also have Chikawa. I know there's a couple people that are into that, so I thought that was really cool. They have Shonen Jump series. Scrolling down, they have a couple more categories, so there's something for everybody here. They have a blog, as well as some customer shopping experiences, and then down here is actually their socials. Let's check out the calculator really quick. So if you navigate over to estimation and then click go to use, it'll take you to this part of the website. It's a shipping calculator, so you're able to type in the destination of where your package is supposed to go. Click the item category. So they have a couple of different ones. They have clothing, accessories, shoes, glasses, things of that nature. And then also you can input the weight of the item, as well as the length, the width, and the height. And this gives you an idea of how much it'll cost to actually ship the item that you want to get off of JP Fans based on wherever you live. So let's pose the hypothetical that I wanted to get kind of a medium weight shirt off of this website. What you're going to do is you're going to choose your destination of where the shirt is supposed to get shipped. I live in the US, so I chose the US. You're going to list the item category. So since it's a shirt, it's going to go under clothes and accessories, and it's an ordinary brand shirt. And then right here is where you're going to actually type in the weight. According to Google, a medium weight shirt is going to weigh about 142 grams. And if you click the calculate button, it'll go ahead and list a couple of options there are for you in accordance with shipping, as well as the delivery rate, and then what is the preferred time range for that delivery. So you have UPS and then ECMS. Now onto the exciting part. So what I'm going to do is I'm back at the home page here, and I'm going to click up top at the search bar. We're going to search on the website Mercari because that's what I'm the most familiar with. And let's say that I want to look up, let's say Parappa the Rapper. That'd be Parappa the Rapper. And I didn't tell you guys, but beside here, I believe is an image search. So if you have a specific item that you're looking for, you can input an image and it'll bring up what the possible options are for you, or if they actually have that item. And then next to it is also an auto translate button. So let's say that you are looking up something and it's in English and Japan don't know what the frick you're talking about. You can translate it so you get a better search result. So let's input Parappa the Rapper and type enter. And as you can see, it pulls up a couple of different options. So let's look through them. Like I was saying before, you have the option to switch your language so you get a more accurate search result here. So right now I am on just the regular Parappa the Rapper search term, but if I switch my language, it's going to switch to this translation right here.
and I might pull up some better options. So here's one of the items that I found kind of interesting. We have a Parappa the Rapper Sunny's Lemon House toy, which I think is super duper cute. Sometimes it'll show you the damages, the seller, and there's a little bit of a zoom in feature so you get a better idea. See, a little dirty, a little scuffed up, but there is still tape there. Not too bad. I think this, look at the box art. Hold up. That's very cute. I like this. Beside there, so there's going to be photos down here, some more than others. You can choose whether or not you want to actually favorite this and come back to it later, whether you want to refresh the actual listing itself or you want to actually share it. Right here, it's going to tell you the conversion rate for this item in your currency. So right now it is at $34.95 for me. And there is going to be a little bit of product chart, and sometimes there will be more than one quantity, so you can put how much you want here. And then up at the top, I think this is kind of important to point out. So it is a pre-owned item. This is Mercari. You're going to get used items. Source for goods. Let's see here. It gives us some information about inspection for the good when it gets shipped to the warehouse where it will be transported to you, source of the goods, and then prohibited items that you are probably not going to be able to get off of this website. So batteries, alcohol, things of that nature. And then also, this is important to mention. So sometimes there will be listed beside it. There's either going to be a green or a red icon that tells you whether or not the logistics of actually transporting this item from Japan is going to be a little bit hard to do. This item just lets you know whether or not you're going to have a little bit of trouble and that JP Fans is not responsible. Down here, you're going to have a little bit of basic information about the item, when it should be shipped, as well as the postal, and then the source of the region of where you're getting the item from, as well as the shipping fee for this item. So if you click here, you can add to cart, and obviously it gives you these important reminders before putting it into your cart. Based on this label, I would probably stay away from getting this item just because you don't know whether or not something that this item could have is not going to get shipped. But I just thought it was interesting to kind of look at here, and I think it's super cute. And you might even find another listing that has better logistics. And just for the sake of curiosity, I looked up this item on eBay, and while this is probably the most expensive listing out there, I think for this item it's between 143 and around this number, but the lowest I saw was 60 for it. I'm just saying, compared to, you know, spending $200 something and then having to pay shipping on top of that, I don't know. This is seeming like a pretty good deal. Here's another item I thought was pretty cool. We have some Parappa the Rapper sandals. Obviously, if you're getting shoes, you are going to have to do your own bit of conversion to make sure that it actually matches your country's, you know, shoe sizes and everything. I won't be getting it. This is just for research purposes, but I think this is like super cute. And I like the design. I really do. And this is going to cost me $37.34 if I was to get it. And obviously you see the difference here in that is that it's not in the red here for the logistics of delivery. So if there were any damages that were to occur with this specific item, you can actually contact the seller, or you can contact JP Fans to make sure that you are compensated in case of any damages. So you can feel free to purchase this one. These are probably the items that I would probably end up buying. So just wanted to make that difference known. So onto the things that I actually brought off the website. So all I did to navigate to this page was I clicked on my little person icon here for my account, and it's going to have a few different options. So it's going to be my account, my orders, my wallet, which is payments, and then a log out. So all I did was click my orders, and it takes me to this screen here. We have a little bit of a side tab here, which takes you to a couple different places. There's the user center, your assets. So again, your wallet and your coupons and whatever you use to pay for these items on the website. You have your account settings right here. So basic information changes. You have contact and mail. So right here, so this is when the actual website owners will reach out to you in case there's something going on with your order or to update you on certain things. As you can see, I have an update right here that's processing. You have your notice here, and it gives you system messages. So they update you along the way with whether or not your item is getting shipped to the warehouse currently, is pending, or if there's some type of cancellation, they'll let you know here in your system messages. You have your cart, which is all the items that you're looking on getting. As you can see, I'm thinking about getting this Lily figure that I saw. And if we go back, Then you have your favorites tab, which is all the items that you've liked over time. These are all the ones that I've liked. I don't know, I'm thinking about a couple of things, getting a couple of things from here. And then you actually have your orders, which is where we were before, and then the warehouse where your items will actually be shipped to. And all it does in the warehouse is they get the items shipped from the seller that you bought from. And what they're going to do is you will pay for some type of basic inspection, or you should at the very least. It is tacked on for me automatically. I do believe it's the same process here, that they will try to tack on a standard quality inspection. I suggest doing it because you never know if the items that you're going to get can be shipped over to Japan, and they just do a basic background check on the item, and if there's any batteries, they may remove it. And if you don't put this inspection, you run the risk of getting an item shipped, or trying to get an item shipped that cannot be shipped over to your country. So in the midst of that, they will probably send the package back to the warehouse, and in the event that the warehouse does not get the package back, or in the event of any of this any of these issues where you can't get the item itself, they're not responsible, and they probably won't refund you. So I would highly suggest getting the standard quality inspection. So if you can see here, they will actually list out photos of the items that you are getting. As you can see, I brought a Parappa the Rapper toaster! And honestly, if you guys don't know anything about this toaster goes for like $300 something. So let's keep our fingers crossed and hope I can actually get it here. I don't believe there's any batteries or anything like that that could prevent this from being shipped. So I am very, very excited about this. So I will definitely be getting that. I got a Pomni pin from the Amazing Digital Circus collab that they had. So this is the pin, and they give you some inspection photos, obviously, and they even measure it for you sometimes. This pin was about $27 on Mercari, and I was able to find it for, how much did I say? I think it was 17. I think it was either 17 or $12 that I was able to get this for. But I think that's super cute. I got a couple of Kuromi keychains from the Gachapon, which definitely would run myself around like 20 bucks sometimes. And then I have I think it's from the Kuromi anime. I've been looking at this figure a lot for a couple of times online, and I finally found it at a price that I think I am willing to pay. So if I go over to my orders, you can see how much I've actually paid for some of these items. So $3, $16 for the figure, $3, $12, that's what it was for the Pomni pin. And then for the toaster, I spent 82 bucks. And I know I said I got to spend it and everything like that, but I did go a little bit over budget to get this toaster, okay? 11 bucks. So extremely excited to be getting this. So that is where your items will be stored, is in the warehouse, and it will be sitting there for you guys until you are ready to ship out the items and basically, you know, calculate the cost of how much it might take to ship to you. Like I stated before, once you buy an item off of one of the websites listed on JP Fans, the seller is going to ship that item to the JP Fans warehouse, where they'll give you your inspection and your product photos, and they will actually store this item for you for up to 60 days while you figure out the logistics of where you'd like to ship the item. So this is as far as I'm going to go on the process, just for privacy reasons. But what you would do is you would select this icon here for the item that you are ready to ship. It will tell you the total weight, and you will submit it, and it will calculate according to your country standards and whether or not what the shipping cost will actually be. So I will most likely be making another video actually reviewing the items once they get here to me and everything like that, and give my final thoughts on the website. But thank you guys so much for watching up to this point. This is pretty much the whole JP Fans process. If you use the invitation link in my bio, you can get up to $86 in shipping coupons on your next order. It also supports me through commission, so if you're looking for a way to directly support me or the channel besides watching this video, this is one of the best ways. Either way, y'all know I'm grateful. To start getting affordable merch straight from Japan, visit jpfans.com. Use the invitation link in my bio to get $86 off in shipping. Thank you so much, JP Fans, for sponsoring today's video. Now let's get back to it.
Commercial break.
We can move on to some of my pins if you guys want to see. So this one I got from Hot Topic. This is from the series Puka, and if you know anything about Puka, and I think it was Jetix was that the channel that it was on? It was Disney Channel. I'll see if I can put the logo up. I know what channel I watched this joint on. Basically, it is just this little girl that I believe it takes place in China. Let me fact check that. Korea. South Korea. It takes place in South Korea. Okay. But I believe it takes place there, and it is this girl who is like obsessed with this ninja boy, and she's in love with him and everything like that. And this is Puka, and this is Garu, and she's like obsessed with him. It's kind of like one of those, like, again, like, guy doesn't like her, but the girl likes him, girl likes him a lot, and, you know, chase around, obviously, just to get his attention and everything like that. I was kind of a sucker for those growing up. Chowder, okay? Chowder and Panini, you couldn't tell me anything. So this is just like such a blast from the past for me. Like, I love Puka. I didn't know it was so popular that it got merch outside of the show. Like, I believe there's bags, alarm clocks, everything like that. But again, a little bit niche, a little bit nicher, and I feel like you have to like actually go to like somebody who's selling it at a good price. Again, reselling, but who's actually selling this merch. And I believe there's like stickers, stationery, like I believe in other countries it's called Funny Love Story Puka, and then it'll like have that tagline. Like, it's just, oh my gosh, like I loved it so much as a kid. And the theme song, I loved it so much as a kid. Funny show, really simplistic, love the art style, like, and funny story, I believe Garu actually does, he doesn't hate Puka. Like, I believe that was like kind of the whole thing on the point of the series. It's like he doesn't actually hate her, he's just busy doing ninja things and he don't got time for her. So definitely love Puka. I see a little bit of myself in that girl because I'm a lover girl. But yeah, just thought it would be cool to show. I have 2 of these little pins right here. I will speak about this one first. So I enjoy playing Call to the Lamb. I love Call to the Lamb. Such a fun game. I don't have much else to say about it because I'm stuck on one boss right now and it's kind of pissing me off. I'm not gonna hold you, but I love Call to the Lamb. I feel like this is like really dark Animal Crossing because Animal Crossing is basically a decorating simulator now, so anything's Animal Crossing at this point. Dark Animal Crossing and Dark Animal Crossing New Horizons, I should say. Takes place in, where does it take place? I don't even know. I don't even know. But basically, you're a lamb. You're about to get slaughtered by the powers that be, and then this demon dude saves you, and he's like, hey, because I saved you, start a cult in my honor. And he's like, okay. So then you get to make up the own rules of your own rules and like your cult and everything like that. You get to marry multiple people and, you know, take care of your villagers, take care of dysentery, feed them, decorate. And I believe what is the goal? Oh, we're trying to defeat the people that were trying to kill us. So it's pretty cool. I'm sorry I'm not very good at explaining it. I like the game. I like the game a lot. It's just, I don't know. I love the lamb. So yeah, love Cult of the Lamb. I feel like I feel like I'm in love with like a lot of creepy and like dark things, honestly. So that's kind of why I wanted to put it in there. Like, I feel like I'm the type of girl that grew up on like the show Misadventures of Flapjack on Cartoon Network. Okay, I'm weird. I'm weird like that. So I don't know. I thought it would be cool to throw in there. And then here's one thing that is a little bit more nostalgic to me. It is a Super Monkey Ball pin, and I was so lucky to find this from Pop Talk. I was like, oh my gosh, Super Monkey Ball. I grew up playing Super Monkey Ball, loved it. One of the first games I got on my DS Lite. It was me just begging my dad, I want a new game to play. I want a new game to play. And then he got me Super Monkey Ball. And I did my research as a kid on this game. Like, I was so invested in the characters and their little designs and everything like that. Like, I loved it. I loved everything about it. Even though I rage quit a bunch of times because it literally just involves you tilting your DS on a ball and like trying to you know, get through a maze. Basically, it's basically a puzzle game. Like, it's fun. I love it. Couldn't wish for anything more. Have it on the Switch, all that. So one thing I found really interesting is that this is a grown ass monkey. This monkey got a kid. Okay, he's married. This is a married man. He's married to Mimi. Married to Mimi, and that's like his little friend. And that's their kid. That's their kid. And I think their kid looked mad cool. I'm like, dang, he got the glasses and everything like that. Cool. I don't know. Really cool series. Sega, love it. Next thing I want to show is this little DSi case that I got from this brand called Unjust, and they basically make a bunch of merch that's like early 2000s Fruta Erigo, something that kind of vibe. Like, they make a bunch of accessories, jewelry, all that kind of stuff based around like just like nostalgic things from the early 2000s, which I think is really cool. And one of the things that they released was this DSi bracelet that I still have. I love it. brings back so many memories for me, so that's why I really enjoy this. I love the packaging so much, like down to the T. I even like this little detail right here that the stylus being a different color from the whole DS, because I know a lot of us growing up, this might have been intentional or not, but who knows. I know a lot of us growing up lost our styluses and stuff like that, was chewing on them, lost them, whatever, like, and then we had to go to somebody else to go get them or buy them from the store, and it was a completely different color from our actual DSi. So I think that's super duper cool. And if you look in the inside, it's again like basically to a T, like everything that you would see on a DSi screen. And this part actually does work. I just need to charge it, and my jewelry was in here in the pouch, and I love it so much. I love their brand. I will put them below. Like I want to get so much more stuff from them. I think they even have like a 3DS bracelet that I really do want, but if I can't get it, it's okay because I have this. So it means a lot to me. I feel like this is like a little mini trinket box. So I don't know. This is really cool. Last thing I want to show, it is this keychain from a game called Dragon Quest Rocket Slime. This was actually a pre-order item. I had them on a DS, so I ain't get no pre-order item, but I saw this and I had to have it. I have such an affinity for this game. I love it so much. If you're looking for a really cozy, like wholesome game that's not that serious, but you still like battling and like, you know, like this is for you. This is for you. So basically the premise of the game is it is this blue little slime right here. His name, I believe canonically, is Rocket, and he lives in this town called Boingburg with all his friends and his family. And one day this platyduck comes, like this like three-tailed platyduck comes from nowhere and basically snatches up all of your friends and your family and like puts them into chests and stuff like that, raids your village, destroys it, everything. And basically you have to team up with this defective platyduck, singular tail one, and you basically make your own tank. You discover that there's this tank that was meant to protect the village at one point, and you get it back up and running, and basically you go on a run and basically explore like different areas and whatnot else to go rescue his family, and then also do tank battles to defend Boingburg. So I love this game so much. Brings back so many memories for me. I have way too many hours in that game, but I love it so much. I love the background, so if you're asking me why I'm not taking it off, that is why, because it's just the background of the game and I love it so much. Like, I was thinking about getting a second one just to put on my purse, but I feel like that's greedy. I feel like that's a little bit maximalist. I can live with this one, so means a lot to me. Super cozy game. Like, I love it. It made me fall in love with like Dragon Quest just in general, and I feel like that's a really good way to get introduced to the series and like the monsters that you'll meet in the series. Like, if you're not into Dragon Quest at all, this is definitely like your gateway into it. Like, you will learn every single monster you need to, and it's so nice like playing Dragon Quest and like having the knowledge of like all of these like chibi little these little chibis in Dragon Quest Rocket Slime, and then going into like the obviously official games and whatnot else, or not official games, the non-spin-off games, the mainline series, and you going in there and you're like, oh my gosh, that's a platyduck, oh my gosh, that's a slime, oh my gosh, that's a diamond slime, that's just a regular slime. Like, it's really cool. So yeah, wholesome. So that will do it for this video. I have a lot more trinkets that I could go through. I think I even have some more in this pile, but I think this video is long enough. Let me know what you thought of this video. Did you like it? Did you not? Okay, just be nice about it. What trinkets do you have growing up? Are there any trinkets that you have that have really sentimental value? Again, trinkets are small little things. It doesn't have to be this specific grandiose kind of thing, or like fit the definition of whatever other people want as to be a trinket. Anything can be a trinket if you really want it to be. So these were just some of my trinkets, and dive into the things that I grew up in and why certain things have like I see a little bit of myself in certain things, or why I think certain things are cute. Mainly more 2000s kind of stuff in here, but definitely things that I feel like have like inspired me or kind of made me who I am today. So with that being said, tell someone you love them today, because tomorrow is not promised to us, and I will see you guys in the next one.